How's it going, bros? I've been without internet for a little while moving house, but I'm vaguely back online now. Anyway, I've been wanting to do a video on the Chaperone. It's the exotic shotgun, and more importantly, it's Destiny's first, and it's probably going to be their only Slug shotgun. We said a while back that we wanted one, but we never thought they would actually put one in, so I was pretty stoked to see it when I saw it in the reveal for the Taken King. It doesn't operate quite how you would expect if you've used Slug shotguns in other games, but it is a lot of fun. And honestly, in the right hands, this could be a bit of a wrecking machine, but I'll go into that more later. First off, we're going to go about how to get it. By the way, if you don't know what a Slug shotgun is, I'm guessing most people do, because they've been in a lot of recent shooters in past years. Basically means instead of firing a buckshot, i.e. a lot of pellets, like 10 to 15 projectiles, it'll instead fire just one. So you can be a lot more precise with it, but if you miss with it, then you miss with all your damage. If you hit with it, you hit with all your damage. But it does mean hip firing is a little bit more of a gamble. Anyway, this begins with an exotic questline given to you by Amanda Holiday in the tower. So when you get the option to speak to her, go and do so and she'll get you started. It's in the form of a competition to win a shotgun based on the one her family used to protect themselves on the way to the tower. Which seems like a pretty macabre idea for a competition, but whatever. I should mention at this point that to do this you will need a last word, 15,000 glimmer at least. And I would recommend doing it soon before the weekly reset, not soon after it. So, soon before a Tuesday, not soon after a Tuesday. So number one, the first challenge will be to take kills with the last word equipped in Crucible. This may seem like a daunting task, especially considering deaths will subtract from your progress. And contrary to what I've said previously, the last word certainly has been nerfed and it now sucks the big one. However, you only need it equipped. So you only need it in your primary slot. The kills don't have to be taken with it. So here's my advice, and it's fairly obvious. Equip whatever special weapon you get the most kills with and just go to town with it. Shotgunners use your shotguns, snipers snipe. And secondly, equip a machine gun as your heavy and squeeze as many kills out of it as possible. You can get a lot more out of them than rocket launchers. Play a little bit defensive at first so you don't get hit by a rocket. And then just get on as big a streak as you possibly can. Get some 10 or 15 streaks if you can. Before you know it, you'll be making really good progress. That's not to say the last word is completely redundant. You can still melt people up close while hip firing, I found. That's one area where it's still quite good. So for close range it can get you out of some messy situations. But going down sight for me just kind of feels like your Guardian is a bit drunk. If you're like me and you're searching alone in Crucible, you'll probably find that no matter how well you do, you'll still lose your games to teammates. But don't worry, it's essentially all about KD for this quest, not your win percentage. So once you hit 100%, hand that in, and Holiday will now tell you essentially that you're not winning the competition, and simply put, she wants you to bribe some people, or her. So go to Rahul, buy some crystals or some shit, I don't know, and give them to her, and that's that. For some reason that makes her happy. The next step is to use shotguns to defeat Guardians or high-ranking minions of darkness. I tried killing a few tough enemies with shotguns to no avail, so I think this actually means like named enemies or strike bosses. I'm not sure what percentage they give you, but either way I deemed it a lot more easy and a bit less hassle to just go and kill people in Crucible instead. You get 3% for every kill, deaths won't reset your progress, so if you don't usually use shotguns, I don't be scared to go aggressive. I found even on the more open sniper dominated maps that you can get a lot of easy kills on people just hard scoping or not paying attention. And as I say, deaths don't matter here like they did in the first step, so just get your 34 kills as quickly as you possibly can. Number 4, once you hand that in, your next step will be to kill the Shield brothers with a shotgun. My heart kind of sank when I saw this. These guys are the bosses to the strike of the same name on the Dreadnought. Here's what you should do, not what I did. This is what you should do. Get 2 buddies, preferably with the same quest active, and then all 3 of you just kill them with shotguns. Even if you've dealt damage to them, and the final blow is by a shotgun from someone else, it will count for you as being done. It should count for anyone in the fire team who has the quest, as long as they've dealt damage to one of them and they're finished with a shotgun. So deal damage, make sure you all finish them with a shotgun, and that's that. If you don't have any friends, and let's face it, you play Destiny, so that's a distinct possibility, you may have to try your luck solo searching like I did. And by some miracle, I not only found 2 guys at the last checkpoint, one of them was AFK at first, but I just went and started it anyway. And I somehow managed to land the final blow on both of them with a shotgun on my first try. I seriously wouldn't recommend doing this. I realised I was extremely lucky, and the average random people aren't going to be helping you out, and they're not going to be using shotguns to finish these guys, so timing the last hit with your shotgun may become a tad frustrating. So as I say, get your own fire team together and do it that way. Once you've managed that, return to Holiday, and she'll tell you to wait until the next weekly recess on Tuesday to find out the winner of the competition. That's why I say not to do it just after the reset. You'll be waiting a whole week after completing the quest. You could easily get this all done in one day, by the way, so the nearest free day you have to Tuesday is probably the best time to do it. So return to Holiday on Tuesday to find out who the winner is. I was kind of hoping it would be like Zer or someone, and that the final quest would be to go and beat him for it. But she actually just hands it to you, and there we are, your very own Slug shotgun. But is it worth it? Should you get it? I personally think yes, because of the novelty alone. I mean, it's the only Slug shotgun in Destiny. But if you're a bit more practically minded and are wondering about it for PvP, or if it's actually any good, here it is compared to my Year 1 Party Crasher. As you can see, some strange stats. You would think a Slug shotgun would have more range and impact with low stability and fire rate, but it's actually completely the other way around, which at first disappointed me, but I'll say now that these stats are a little bit misleading. The impact seems to be more than it actually says it is. As for my rolls, my first column is pretty similar and not of much use. The Chaperone perk will clarify. It's a Slug, and that will give you a permanent agility boost while equipped, which is nice. The Roadborne perk, increased handling, speed, range, and precision damage for a short while after getting a headshot. This, by the way, counts for any weapon. So if you get a headshot kill with your primary weapon, it will then trigger Roadborne, and you can have the Chaperone out and aim down sights within a fraction of a second after taking that headshot. It also increases your fire rate, which is already very high while Roadborne is active, and it goes off the chain. It's extremely fast firing. Next column gave me the choice of single point Slug, Snapshot, or Field Scout. Given that Roadborne often overlaps and surpasses Snapshot, I didn't think there was as much use. Field Scout's been nerfed for Crucible, so not a whole lot to go for here. But anyway, lastly is the Survivor. I'm not going to lie, this is probably one of the more useless perks I've ever seen in my life. 3 precision kills while born on the road, which I'm pretty sure is meant to say Roadborne is active, will return 2 rounds to the chamber. This isn't going to happen on PvP unless you're going for montage clips, and in PvE you're going to have to be fighting pretty weak enemies to get 3 precision kills with a gun that has 5 rounds in the chamber within 8 seconds. Pretty trash. So in the way of perks, it doesn't seem that good, but is it good in PvP? Well, here's where things get a little bit complicated. First off, it's fun as hell. Nailing headshots is great, but note here, 3 damage for this headshot, and then 201 for this one, at pretty similar range. So a very specific point there is a colossal damage drop off for this gun. And it's going to be your ability to find that distance that decides how well you do with this gun. Within its effective range, it's extremely dangerous. Headshots will kill. Body shots can be fired extremely quickly, especially if Roadborne is active. It's just, it's as fast as the last word would be. And it will outshoot almost anything in the game. It's a lot faster firing than the Invective in terms of shotguns, and it's not at all hard to aim because of that stability. The precision means you can make shots like this through little gaps, and even a body shot finishes this guy off. So although the impact looks low, bear in mind that's all in one projectile that's not spread over lots of different pellets. Because of this, it can give you the upper hand against people that ambush you, or let you make quick work of people rushing you, just because it has a very, very quick time to kill. And against other shotguns, if they don't kill you with their first shot, they are dead, as long as your aim is on. The Chaperone's effective range is kind of at the range at which even the most god roll Year 1 shotguns, like the Felwinter, the Party Crashers, is at the range where they're becoming very 50-50 about whether they can kill you or deal good damage to you. And I'm finding the Chaperone is besting them almost all of the time, as long as you hit your shots. all in all, very fun gun, potentially very deadly gun. Beginning to see a few of them round in Crucible, so I highly recommend picking one up yourself. As I say, it's not too difficult, you can get it done in a day easily. Although the perks aren't great, apart from Roadborne, just as its base self, it's extremely good. It has potential to be very, very good. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next video.